Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about primary targets. I know a lot of you are, saying the cities are going to get hit, you guys are going to get wiped out. That's old school thinking. And this is actually the primary target list comes from the US and Russia as well. So both confirming that there are new targets. That is not saying that the cities are completely safe. It's just saying that in the first, second, and third strike, we are less likely to get hit. In a 2006 study, found out that New York City, LA, and cities of that nature, or that size rather, were in the fourth and fifth wave strike. Now, do I know the difference between first, second, third, and fourth wave strikes? Probably not, but we'll figure it out once missiles start flying. But if it's an all-out thermonuclear war, then it doesn't matter at that point. But this is to ease a lot of you who live in cities and who are thinking you're a goner. You're not a goner. And it also depends on where you are in the city, but I'm not going to get to that. In the beginning, guys, President Ronald Reagan and Mikhail Gorbachev, in 1987 signed a treaty called the INF Treaty. This treaty was to abolish or reduce the size of nuclear arms between both countries. INF stands for Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces. Again, this treaty was signed, they both gave each other high fives, and they were reducing their nuclear arms. That being said, in the last couple of years, Russia blamed the US, US blamed Russia for both of them starting up and developing nuclear weapons that were outside of that treaty. So being that Russia's blaming the US for breaking the treaty and the US is blaming Russia for breaking that treaty, now the treaty seemed to have fell apart. Therefore, Putin came out with a new arms of nuclear weapons because he pretty much said, fuck that treaty. Now, whoever broke it, I guess it's irrelevant at this point, but I'm just trying to build some backstory to what I'm about to say next. In 2019, it was found out, and actually not even found out, sorry, Russians had stated what their primary targets would be. They updated their list. So a lot of people were still thinking New York City, LA, military bases throughout the country were going to get hit first. And the object was that is you hit New York first and you destroy and destabilize the financial system around the world. Then, if I'm not mistaken, they're hitting LA because of the ports. I think that's why they were hitting them. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, put it in the description section below. So again, guys, for those of us that live in New York City, we are no longer, disappointingly, in the first wave strike. We're more like fourth and fifth wave. Now, these are the primary targets here in the United States. Minute Air Force Base in North Dakota, Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming, Pentagon in D.C., Camp David in Maryland, Jim Creek Naval Station in Washington, Fort Ritchie in Maryland, which has been closed since 1989, and McLean Air Force Base in California, which has been closed since 2001, and NORAD was also on that list as well. Nonetheless, guys, this is their primary target. This is what they go for first. To go to war, nuclear war, guys, you don't just hit New York City because you don't do anything by hitting New York City other than fucking people, which is, I know, what they want to do. But you want to disable your enemy. You do not disable your enemy by hitting New York City. You disable your enemy by hitting their comms, their nuclear stockpile, and their silos for launching the missiles. That's what you hit first. Then if you want to go crazy, then you can hit all the other spots to fuck people. But you got to disarm your enemy first before you can go after anything else. The emphasis, guys, on targets shifted to, again, nuclear launch sites and nuclear stockpiles and comms naval base or comms bases around the United States, guys. The map I just showed you, that's what they're looking at first. Again, I am not saying that cities are off the table. They're just not going to hit us in the first, second, or third strike. Again, this is upon now weeks of research, because I thought when this whole thing started, I thought New York City was it. I was like, dude, they're going to light us up and we're going to be glowing in the dark. Well, no, that was wrong. Again, this is upon research. And you have to let go of that old school thinking that, well, we're dead, because we're not. It gives us a little bit of a chance, guys, to fucking get the fuck out of the city. If that happens, there are a couple places that we can go, my family I'm talking about, where we can get away from most of this, not all of it, but we have options. Hitting a city, guys, can and will create panic and fear. It will definitely destabilize society here in the United States, no matter where it hits. Hell, if he just did a first wave strike and hit all the military bases and the nuclear stockpiles and things of that nature, it would still strike fear into Americans' hearts and panic. Then you would, like I said, then the nightmare begins, because then you're going to see the fucking absolute rush at stores and shit like that, and all bets are off if that was to happen. Hell, if he went after second wave strike, forget about it. But now if he did anywhere between third and fourth, now he starts involving cities, well, then all bets are off. Everybody's going to be on their own and pandemonium's going to ensue. But that's a discussion for another day. Now, guys, according to the maps that I've looked at, it seems like the eastern seaboard would be completely destroyed. Out west would be peppered. There'd be areas where you can probably stay safe. Keep in mind, guys, with fallout, there's going to be a wind pattern that you're going to have to watch pretty much every day if you can. Or listen to some kind of weather channel on your battery-operated radio, or your Bofang switching to a weather station that's still running from actual antenna and not digitally. With that, guys, for anyone who's still standing, you're going to have to listen to that and listen to the fallout reports and see whether or not it's headed in your direction. But these are the places that you could probably wind up going to, and I have to read this list. Southeast region of Oregon, central Nevada, western Kansas, central Nebraska, northern and eastern Idaho, and central Pennsylvania. Like I said, you still have to account for the fallout, guys, but these are areas that I looked at that I noticed on the maps were one of the safer areas, even from fallout. But again, you would still have to watch the wind direction in any of these places. Again, guys, none of this is exact. None of this is scientifically proven yet because it hasn't happened. But when it happens, or if it happens rather, then we will know what's what and what's not. Unfortunately, a lot of us will probably be glowing in the dark by then. But still, guys, this is just giving you an idea of what could happen. This is not an absolute. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just going off of all the research I did. Now, I know there are a lot of you out there that are going to sit there in the comment section going, this is stupid and it's bullshit. Whatever, dude. Grow the fuck up. Now, here's the other thing, guys. A lot of people keep saying there's thousands of warheads that Russia has and there's thousands of warheads that the United States has. You know that there's only so many on standby at any given time, guys? It's not like all 5,000 of Russia's and ours are fucking standing ready to go in a launch position. That is not how it works. They have only so many right now in silos ready to launch and in subs ready to launch. Then after that, guys, if you hit the stockpiles, the 5,000 is probably dwindled down to a couple thousand, if not 1,000, or less than that, right? So the missiles that are on standby, guys, are the ones that are on standby. So the ones that are in stockpiles and the ones that are in stockpile. All 5,000 are not going to get launched from anybody's country. That is just the bottom line. A lot of people need to stop thinking, oh, because Russia has more, because we have more, that, you know, we might win and they might win. It don't work that way. It's complete annihilation when you have both of them flying and hitting nuclear silos and nuclear storage units and warhead storage units and even nuclear power plants, which I didn't mention. Nuclear power plants were not on the strike list, but the nuclear power plants, if they really wanted to fuck us, seems like it's on third wave strikes. But again, that wasn't confirmed. So this is just something to keep in the back of your head. That's it. This is not a fucking video to go to, well, the Angry Prepper said, don't do that. I'm just giving you guys my interpretation of what I've read and the research I've done. That's it. All right, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. You can like, subscribe to this channel, like, subscribe to the Angry Truths channel, the Angry Prepper Fitness channel, and the Angry Lensman channel. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching.